She's ignoring you.
I just want to ask you about what is cosplay for you? What does cosplay mean for you?
In general?
Yeah, in general, all of you.
Yeah, start.
This is a tricky question because actually it's such a broad word, cosplay. For me, it's like a hobby. Right? Yes, it's a hobby. It's like football for others. It's a hobby, but after I use the S, to be honest. I met so many amazing people, and I met friends here as well. So it's not only a hobby, but it helped me to get to know people, to make friends, and to see the world as a whole. And so there aren't borders for me anymore. It's like, okay, the world is so small somehow. And I'm very, very grateful and thankful for just having had the opportunity to meet new people in Germany and in the world. So yeah, cosplay is a great thing, yes.
So I think that I have always dressed up. Some psychologists might say it's because I don't like myself because my parents got divorced when I was 3, but I'm not sure about that. Yeah, so I have always dressed up, then I played theater, then I played musical, and I saw cosplayers at conventions, so cosplay was probably the logical thing to do. And it's a great way to express creativity even though you're working with a reference. And it's a good opportunity, like I said, to meet people wherever you are. You can meet people, you can meet cosplayers, and cosplayers are normally pretty open-minded people that you can talk to pretty fast. So yeah, I can't say that much because I'm in a cosplay crisis at the moment. But yeah, the social part is quite good and bad as well, because you know that many people later that you can, if you just wanted to care for them every day, 1 minute, it wouldn't be possible. And that's a bad thing, a sad thing too, but okay, I could go on for hours, so I will stop now.
I think it's, cosplay to me is, what makes me want to cosplay is whenever I watch something, be it an anime, manga, or a film, and you get the feeling like, oh, I want to be part of this universe, or you spot a costume that you're thinking looks amazing, or something that like triggers you, like, I want to try my hands on that. And just in general, cosplay to me means to have fun and be creative, and to, as the girl said, meet people from around the world. The basics to be creative and to have fun on stage.
Cosplay for me is my biggest passion, and I think the only one that I was able to maintain for years. I tried a lot of sport and other things. Cosplay is the only one that is still alive in me, also after many years. I like it because I can be able to meet a lot of people. I met also my boyfriend and my actual best friends thanks to cosplay, and I like it also because I'm able to create something with my hands, and I see that I can improve my skills day after day, and I like it.
Yeah, cosplay. In the beginning it was only a hobby, but now it's more like a lifestyle. I just calculated when you guys were speaking that every 6th day in a year I'm on a travel to a convention. Every 6th day. So it's a lot. And then I have to do the costumes also. So I'm from a family full of musicians and artists, like sculptors and sewers and singers and people like that. So I'm left-handed. And I need to express myself somehow. Like, I played clarinet for 15 years and I sing classical, and I've been always good with woodcraft and stuff in school, so somehow I just needed something to continue that's neat, to do something with my hands, and I think cosplay was a good choice. Yeah.
What's the basic main change microphones basically? Because it's stabilized by microphones. And with
Ihr könnt uns übrigens gerne
Now?
löchern.
Okay.
Ihr könnt uns gerne löchern allesamt, wir beißen nicht. Wir sind ganz lieb.
Okay. Wir können aber auch was erzählen, wenn ihr wollt. Erzähl den Witz. Kommt ein Frosch ins Laden, sagt die Verkäuferin, was wünschen Sie? Sagt der Frosch,
So,
Wir können aber auch übersetzen, du kannst es uns fragen und wir übersetzen.
genau.
I want to know which job you learned in the beginning. So study and
Wait,
education, yeah, and yeah, professional. Thank you.
all of us or? Yeah, all of us.
unten.
Well, I'm still studying. I'm a long-term student, to be honest. I'm studying art and politics, media art, but I'm going to be a teacher, maybe, it's not sure yet, so I'm in the Master of Education right now. So I still have a bit of time to do cosplay, that's pretty comfortable. But I have like 2 part-time jobs. I'm working as a research assistant at my faculty and a part-time model, so yeah, to get a bit of money to still being able to do that.
I left school after 12th grade because I didn't want to anymore and I was lazy. So I took an apprenticeship to be a tailor afterwards. So basically I'm a tailor also. But since tailoring is something in Germany which you cannot make very much money with, or it's hard to make money at all with, I studied afterwards to be a graphics designer, and nowadays I mostly work as a graphics designer and web designer.
I have been doing lots of different things actually. I have been working on radio and film, backstage, doing kind of things like that. And I'm an educated tailor as well. And now I work at a fabric store, which pays off pretty well as a cosplayer.
I graduated a few months ago in industrial biotechnology in Italy, yeah, and I'm still working, looking for a job. And it's so hard to find it in Italy because research in Italy is not so well supported. So I'm looking everything now to do also in the commercial center, in bar. I needed to find a job. And yeah, in the last years I tried to do something like a promoter or working with video games and something similar. But in the previously 5 years I put all myself in my studies because it was so an art university to do. Yeah.
I'm still studying. I've been studying the University of Stockholm and studying Japanology, which means Japanese language and politics and history. So I'm fluent in Japanese, and it's around the same level as my English. And then I have been studying 3 years international business in a Finnish university, and I'm supposed to graduate in a few months. And I'm specialized in Asian business. And then I have a taxi driver's license. I've been driving taxi for 6 years, and I've been working on a part-time job in a funeral office for 15 years. And then I'm a semi-professional clarinetist. I've been playing clarinet for 15 years, and I was in the conscript band of Finland, the army band, military band, traveling around the world for 1 year playing clarinet. Yeah.
Yes?
Ja, daher.
So, how do you choose your
Oh, zweimal.
How do you choose your characters?
I can start. Or do you want to start there?
Yeah, start from this side, it's okay.
Alright. It depends on. In the beginning, I only chose the characters like based on the anime I watched. Like, let's say in the beginning I was watching Bleach, and I liked Kurosuke Ichigo the most. I was also in high school back then, like 10 years ago. So I chose Ichigo because I saw the Richard Plants like, he's just like me, yeah, cool. But nowadays I watch so much stuff and I play so much games that sometimes I might also like the design only. Like even though the character is a douchebag, I still want to cosplay that because it's something new for me to do, or I just like the design a lot. So it depends.
It depends. Sometimes I choose the character because of their behavior, because I like it, because I like them, or the opposite one. It depends. And for pick a character, I need to like also the design, the hair, the hair color, the dress in particular. But sometimes I do some character from anime that are not my favorite, but only for stay with friends and make some group, take some photos, or go to a competition all together. Or yeah, I choose other characters because it's a challenge for me. So I want to try different things and try to improve my skills doing different characters.
Same as the others. It's really different from time to time. Most of the time, the design has to be interesting for me to do. Because I usually feel like if there's a character I really, really love, I would much rather have someone else do it, because then I can be like all over them, instead of making it myself. So usually it's the design of the character, if they have an interesting outfit or something like that. And then there's always like a different or a special kind of type that you go for. Some characters that you feel comfortable cosplaying. Like I would never choose a character not wearing much clothes because I don't feel comfortable with that. So I tend to go by the design and something I know I would like to wear as well.
So since this goes basically for us as well, we will like more talk about don't sleep.
I'm just curious what you're going to say.
No, I think that we could say, we could answer together what characters we choose for our skits. Because basically the rest is like the other set. So either we like the character or we just love the designs or something. Or I have the tendency to cosplay characters which I hate. Maybe it's how I deal with that, I don't know. Like this one. No, it's so I'm going to say that about our skits because for our skits, the characters that we like them is not that important. It's more important that we are able to build a good story around them, and of course that they fit us, fit our physical appearance too. So this is why when you look at our skits, I'm usually the bitch and she's the cute girl. So because I'm tall and I'm old.
And I never can look serious. It's like it's a fact.
No, she can't. She's the potato.
Ja. Die Kartoffel. Ja, sie sieht immer toll aus und ich sehe immer kartoffelig aus. Gut. Ja, das ist deswegen.
Ich sehe aus, als ob ich alle fressen würde.
Ja, genau.
So, ja. Willst du noch was dazu sagen?
Ja, also ich mache mal jetzt Deutsch, weil das ist jetzt für den Rest einfacher, was Anna jetzt schon gesagt hat.
natürlich müssen wir den Charakter auch irgendwie schon, dass wir irgendwie einen Bezug zu haben. Also wenn es jetzt ein Charakter ist, den wir beide oder einer von uns beiden echt nicht ausstehen kann, dann machen wir das auch nicht. Dann geht es einfach nicht, dann können wir das auch auf der Bühne nicht gut rüberbringen. Ich meine, ich weiß jetzt nicht, wie es bei dir ist, bei Tomo, den magst du ja eigentlich nicht, das ist so aber wir könnten halt eine Story drumherum entwickeln und ich glaube, ich könnte sie zumindest überreden, irgendwie was auf der Bühne bringen, aber wir würden sie, glaube ich, zum Beispiel nicht.
Du zeigst nicht auf dein Kleid!
Finger weg. Ja, sondern die Zerglieder. Nee, und ich würde es glauben, wir würden das, glaube ich,
nicht aufnehmen.
Ja, ich glaube, wir würden
Haben wir den Kopfhörer?
wir würden es, glaube ich, nicht auf der Bühne beim WCS-Sets tragen. Aber so ist es ganz angenehm, aber so auf der Bühne, weil sie es halt nicht mag. Ich Sakura, ich kann alle möglichen Sakura-Outfits machen, mein ganzes Leben lang, bis ich 100 bin.
Bist du zu alt.
Aber nee,
auch
genau.
zu alt.
Ja, und der Rest wird ja schon gesagt. So. Jetzt labern wir schon wieder so viel, das ist furchtbar.
Ja.
So, da hinten war, glaube ich, eine Frage, ne? Irgendwo mal eine Frage, irgendjemand hat sich gemeldet vorhin.
Der Hamster.
Yeah, I don't know if this question is too private. I want to know if, or how does your surroundings, your private life is going with cosplay, your family, your friends, your colleagues. What is it? Is it really hard or?
Yeah, I guess that.
Okay.
It's pretty comfortable. Like I said before, all my family is full of artists, so we are all a bit weird. So it's not special for me to do cosplay. They're all like, oh, that's cool, yeah, that's the new thing, yeah, super modern, yeah, cool. So yeah, it's okay, and no one is looking at me with a weird eye. So, and they also give me money. Money for Patrick, says mom, and yeah, that's true, you can send me. So it's going rather nicely. In school, some people are a bit like, they don't know what it is and so on. So when we have some kind of school projects or something together, and I just go in some group with my cap on and sunglasses and tank top, and then we have to add everybody on Facebook or something to like schedule the future appointments. And then they add me and they see like, what the hell, 4,000 friends and 3,000 followers, and you look really weird and you have hair on your profile photo. Is this really you? Yeah, it's me. I do a bit of like stuff. Like I make like costumes from stuff, and so that's the only part when I have to explain myself a bit. But otherwise it's quite cool. And in Finland, cosplay is already kind of widely known. It's in the newspapers and news and everything, so people know what it is about.
I'm pretty comfortable as well because I'm cosplaying for like 15 years now. So my family had time to get used to it already. So no, actually they like this hobby very much because it's creative and I don't spend money for drinking alcohol too much. So, well, no, but you know, I'm not like that. When I was younger, I didn't go partying that much, and I'd rather spend money for conventions and cosplay. My family liked to be that I was creative, and since I study art now, even my fellow students know it and they like it because my artwork is with my cosplays. It's not like cosplay photography, but I do something similar. So I work with it, and my professor and my boss even support me very much. My boss was cool, he gave me free for this, and he was like, "I'll do it, girl," and I'm ooh. So, so I'm pretty easygoing, and I'm very open with it. I think that's important, be proud of what you do. So don't be shy, don't hide behind your hobby because it's a creative hobby and it's an amazing hobby, and if people ask you, don't be like, yeah, I'm sorry, but it's like, okay, I do that, it's just a normal hobby. Since I do that, people are comfortable with it because I'm proud of it. So yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, since I'm my own boss, basically I could only hide it before myself, which is not very efficient. But I teach 2 days a week in a university for design, and I also graduated at that university and I did my diploma about cosplay. So basically everyone there knows that I'm a cosplayer, and also my students do know that I'm a cosplayer, and it's kind of fun because they see me as their teacher, not only in web design but also in cosplay. So they come to me and ask me for advice about sewing and stuff, which is kind of fun. And it's only not very good when you're giving tips about their diplomas and you talk about the diploma and then you end up talking about the next convention, which is not very effective for them, but it happens, yeah.
I actually like to keep my work and my hobby separated as much as possible, but once I added my colleagues to Facebook, they kind of found out about it and they actually love it and they want to talk about it all the time. And so I'm just kind of trying to avoid that. It's like, I like to have them separated, but they're really great about it and think it's interesting because a lot of people who work in the store is really creative as well. My family is, most of them are really supportive about it. Well, they are all supportive about it, but most of them don't understand it. So my mom and my dad are amazing about it. My dad is like my best cosplay partner. He always helps me, and he's really, really good to have around the convention as well when we're doing performances. He'll be there and he'll help us with everything. So there's not really anyone who's negative about it or against it in any way. In the beginning, my mom really didn't understand it, and for many years she tried to convince me that I only really need one wig for my cosplay because it's wig. But now they're more into it and they're interested in what I'm doing and really supportive about it.
Probably I'm the black sheep here because my parents don't support me with this hobby. I have to work on my costume in secret and to ship everything in my friend's house or at my boyfriend's house. And they don't like cosplay. They say that I'm like a kid because I do character from the cartoon, and they don't like it. They prefer that I choose something else. I go to visit other city, but not for cosplay. But this year, in particular, my mother started to appreciate two of my costume. It was, oh, do you like my work? Whoa, great! So it was so strange, but they still don't support me in this hobby. They hope that they want that I do something else and stop to doing cosplay. So it's so hard for me. Also, my friends at the beginning didn't like it, but my old friends, my old company, didn't like to read anime, manga, or play video game. I was the only one, so I changed all my friends, and now my friends support me.
So because you were just saying that your parents were not very happy about it, and I know that this is the case for a lot of younger people also in Germany, and in general that people think that it's a weird hobby. Basically, most people begin to understand when you try to explain to them how much you learn about that you can sew, that you can do something with hair, that you can craft very well, which is not different from gardening or something. And if people are still like, yeah, but it's childish and it's stupid and it doesn't make sense to run around and it costs you the whole day, then you just go there and say, you know, it makes a lot of sense if 23 people run 90 minutes after a ball, just running after a ball and kicking it. It doesn't make any sense at all, and usually people get like, oh yeah, kind of right. Yeah. So, and you're actually saying that you learned something, that you're crafting, that you're so much professions actually in one person. You're a tailor, you're a makeup artist, you're a hairdresser, you're also, you can be someone, a wood carver or something. So you're so many professions in one person that a lot of people will begin to understand if you tell them like that. And then, of course, it's another thing that you have to tell people that anime is not about children's stuff only or porn. Yeah, but that's another thing. So, okay, I just thought that.
I want to tell you a story. When I did cosplay in my city, I told my mom I had to go there and present the competition in cosplay because I'm one of the organizers. And she said, okay, you can do it, but you have not to tell your surname to nobody because we don't want that people recognize you and think you are our daughter. So it's quite, quite terrible for me.
Jemand Fragen an die Gäste? So,
ihr könnt die auch übrigens in Deutsch stellen. Also ihr müsst euch jetzt nicht mit Englisch abbrechen, wenn ihr das nicht wollt. Übersetzen gerne. Genau. Also stellt sie ruhig auch auf Deutsch. Ja, wie es für euch lieber ist, wie es für euch translate. Ja.
I have a question for you. Sometimes you see like couples going with like Ash and Misty with a child like Pikachu. Would you also do it when you're married?
You mean kids cosplay?
Yeah, she means kids cosplay.
Yes. Well, the thing is that I don't want to have any kids. So yeah, I will see when I get like over 30 in a couple of years. I will see if I settle down in Germany maybe. So we will see what happens, but now I don't want to think about it because I'm not feeling like I'd like to have any kids.
Die anderen auch, oder?
Ja? Nee, es war nur an ihn gerichtet.
Ach so, war nur an ihn gerichtet.
So, what I want now, on which age you start cosplaying and what was your first cosplay?
Was? Schlecht ist das?
What was the first? You're always thinking bad things, negative.
I started when I was 18 years old, which is 10 years ago. And my first costume was from Bleach, and I ordered this costume from China or something. I made the shawl, and I dyed my own hair. Yes, I had hair back then. And I dyed it orange, and I didn't have any makeup or anything, but yeah, it was still so cool. So cool! Someone took a photo of me.
I started when I was 18 too. My first costume was Tifa from Final Fantasy. I used no wig, no makeup. The clothes were made by normal clothes from my wardrobe, and it was quite terrible. Also because my thought was, oh, I have dark hair. She has dark hair. I can do it. No. But for example, the piece that she has here, I made it with the dish for salads, for example, like small, and with some cotton for the spot on it, and some the paper towel, yeah, for
Zebra.
with some glue. It was my
first prop. It's quite terrible too.
I think I was 16 or 17, and it was Nana from Elderly. And I went out and bought a black dress, and then I stole one of my dad's shirts and cut off the neck cuff, the neck thingy, and just sewed it on. And actually, she has like a white part going down her dress, and I think I just stuck taped it on there. just like run around the convention, like keep having to tape it on all the time because it kept falling off, obviously. And had a really, really bad wig from one of the party shops, you know, one of those really shiny bob, neon, pink wigs. Why am I remembering this now? It's horrible. So yeah, that was my first cosplay.
With me, it's pretty much that, how you define cosplay. Because if you define cosplay in the way you take it now, that basically everything with a reference picture is a cosplay. My first cosplay when I was 13 or 14 years old, which is over 15 years ago, because I started to sew costumes of musical shows, and the first one that I did entirely by myself was Pearl from Starlight Express. And then there came a roughly made Sailor Mars costume for Carnival. I didn't know I was doing cosplay by then. But the first cosplay in the sense of cosplay at a convention, that was when I have no idea, 17 or 18. And that was Harada Rigo from Dear Angel. That was like the first thing I did sew. But by this time I could already sew, so I don't have like cute stories about the stuff that I use because I already know how to do it.
Because she's fabulous and I'm the potato man.
Yeah, Potato, tell us about your first costume.
Well, I'm not sure if I should say that. Well, I started cosplay 15 years ago, so I was 10. So I was quite young when I started cosplay. So I'm really happy because my family supported me, they traveled with me. And my very first cosplay was Trunks, and it was my own hair. I cut it short. And then I dyed it lilac. And after that, with like clothing out of my closet. And then I cosplayed my first real cosplay on a convention, well, Frankfurt Book Fair. Years ago, it wasn't a convention, now it is. So I cosplayed Programm from Hunter x Hunter. And I cut my hair even shorter. So yeah, it was basically my own hair, and I don't have any pictures of this cosplay, and I won't ever show these pictures to anyone because I really look terrible. But yeah, my costume was quite nice because a friend of my mother sewed it actually. So my hair looked shit, but the costume looked nice. So yeah, this is how I started cosplay. Ja, da. Hier, zweite Reihe. Direkt neben dir.
Question for all of you, and which character is the worst one that you ever cosplayed?
Worst.
Yes, the
worst one. Ja. Das schlechteste Kostüm oder der schlechteste Charakter? Kostüm. Oh yeah.
Well, I think it's hard to answer because you have like a development in your cosplay. When you start, costumes aren't that good. This is like a basic rule, except your honor. But so if it's like skill-wise, it's from the beginning. Yeah, for me it was, looking back for me was Career Picasso, though I love this character, but yeah, this was like bad costume. But from my point of view now, I really felt uncomfortable, to be very honest, with my WCS red carpet costume, Not because I don't like the character, I love Peach, etc. But I lost a lot of weight before WCS because of my health, and so it didn't fit me anymore. And the wig, I made the wig right before WCS red carpet because we had problems with the transport. And looking back, I really felt not good with this costume. I'm a bit sad with that. Maybe I reword it, and maybe because I gained weight again, so I'm quite lucky now. But yeah, this was the circumstances. So it's not from beginnings, but because I made a development. Yes.
I think it's pretty much the same. So yeah, when I was starting to make costumes, no, I wasn't perfect, but I'm not perfect now. So I made all girls from Starlight Express when I started costuming, and I tried to make Dinah's petticoat, and Dinah's petticoat looks like an Elizabethan ruff neck thingy, and I have no idea what the English word is, so I'm saying in German, ich hab's getackert. And yeah, so I think those costumes, of course, they were the first ones, so they are the worst ones. What's the worst ones? But I think that on almost every costume that I have now, there is something that I dislike. There is something that went wrong. And there are costumes that only last roughly one convention. Like, for example, my friend from Final Fantasy 12. I like that costume very much, but it's not made to be very sturdy, so you could call it a bad cosplay. I don't know, but I have those parts in every costume,
It's pretty much the same as the others. Like the first costume you make is usually the worst, but in terms of costumes that I've made that I don't like now, because sometimes even when you've done something else, it goes the same. There are parts you don't like in it. I think I've made Elsa from Frozen, and it took me such a long time, and I still don't like that costume because it's such a difficult one to get just right. But I think the thing is, when you're making a costume, you're trying it on all the time, and you're fitting it, and you're changing the things you don't like on it while you're making it. So I don't have any costume where I'm like, oh, that's really, really bad, because hopefully I would have like changed that thing on the costume while making it. So I can look back and be like, oh, I was really bad at doing this or that at the time, but there's not a costume where the whole thing is like, oh, I'm over this, as such.
Okay, my worst costume is of course the first one, in fact, but apart from that one, the second bad costume is Nell from Sich. It was quite terrible also because, do you know her katana? I removed the color on the color from the basic katana that I bought from a shop in a convention, and then I cover it not with spray but with a ribbon. Yeah, I had to do cosplay in secret, so I can't use the spray color, so I had to buy a ribbon and do this on that piece of the sword. And also the school was so terrible because I made it with dust. I don't know, there is also dust. It's something you can read with your hand. It's great. Something like clay, okay? Yeah, the problem that it was that school was 4 kilos, and I don't know how to put in my head. So immediately I say, ha, and now? I had to ask a friend to lend her school to put in my head, and I put in the trash pile.
If you don't count the first costumes I played, I would say that I have a love and hate relationship with all of my costumes. But basically, there's like I like them all, but there are always something like I don't like in every costume. So I cannot put them in any order. I also don't have any like most favorite costume, like which I like most. So it's complicated with my costumes. Like the relationship status in Facebook, it's complicated. Thank you.
I think there's only time for one last question. Okay. It was first, I'm sorry.
So it's what were the main reasons you chose? What are the main reasons you chose technology to study, and how did you do that?
What are the reasons? There's a question. Why did you study Czechology?
Yeah, Czechology. Actually, it was like 2007 when I came out of army, and then I had to choose if I go to the Sibelius Academy, which is for the musicians to play clarinet and to sing opera, or would I make a random choice and go study Japanology in the Stockholm University in Sweden. And at that point I was watching a lot of anime, so I was like, damn, I want to study Japanology and be like good Japanese. And that's why I started studying Japanese.
How have you been there? How long have you been in Japan?
I've been in Japan for 6 times, and I have been the longest time was 2 years ago when I was in Fukuoka for 8 months. I was studying in the university. Thank you.
So,
take this one. Take this.
it's better. We have to stop now, I'm sorry. But now it will be the signing session. Yeah. All these last people will attend, and also Reka and Kenji. We need some few minutes to put the things together, and then it will start. Outside you can buy foods of Gloria and yeah, and Reka and Kenji Reka und Kenji werden nur auf ihren Witz unterschreiben, aber die anderen unterschreiben euch alle auf alles, was ihr gerne wollt. Ja? Yeah. And they say we love this. Also es geht gleich in ein paar Minuten weiter, wir bringen die Sache gerade zum Orden. Wir können mal sitzen bleiben und dann geht es eben von hier rauf und da. Ja?